Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Thought I would come on here and do a Wip N Chat. I haven't done one in a while. I hope everybody's working on something awesome. Whether it's diamond painting or journaling or scrapbooking or whatever y'all like to do. I hope you've got something going on. Thought I would just hop on, got a lot of stuff to talk about, but then again, to me it might be a lot, and to y'all might be just me chitter-chattering, so thought I'd just bring you along. Thought I'd use my new pen from my granddaughter. I used one of the other one yesterday from the other granddaughter, which I'll probably use it some too quickly. Yeah. Here we go. It's got new glue dot in it, so I'm sure it's going to give me a hard time. I haven't been on here since I started the mermaid. The mermaid is what Stacy sent me for our May swap, if I'm not mistaken. No. Yeah, no. You know what? I'm behind. I don't know if it's April or May. I'll have to ask Stacy, and I'll put it up in a note. But I don't know if I did an unboxing with this. I know I kitted it up. Kitted it up while I was in Florida. And there's the little thumbnail. Anyway, I've gotten quite a ways on it, really. So I want to try and get this done. I have, after this one, I want to go back to my Alice. I got to finish her up. And then once I get Alice done, Stacy gave me a, what is the name of it? I call her a snake lady. It's one she got from, I believe it's from, I think it was from Dreamer Design. I would have to ask Stacy. But anyway, I wanted to just hop on here and talk a little bit. So, what's everybody up to? We finally got back from our trip, and we just been kind of hanging out and doing stuff, catching up on stuff that, when you go on a trip, things kind of get behind, so you got to catch up a little bit. And that's kind of what we've been doing. I had Hayden all last week, pretty much, from Tuesday morning until Friday morning. So when Hayden is with me, she uses my phone. Now, I know some of you, especially if you're new subscribers, you may not understand why I would let her have my phone if I wanted it to do something with it. To be honest, she's very generous. If I ask her for my phone, she will hand it to me to use. It's not like she, won't give it to me to use. I keep turning my light off. Because she will. Used to not. She used to have fit if I took it for any reason. But now, when I tell her I need it for a minute, she'll give it to me. And so we get along pretty good. But we live out in the country. Like I said, if you're new to my channel, everybody that's been with me a while already knows this information. But just, I may have some new subscribers, so I want to fill y'all in just a little bit. Hayden is 13. She is autistic. And out here in the country, I don't get good reception for internet. So I don't have a computer or laptop that she can use. Or I have a tablet, but it's not very fast because our internet will go down. I mean, me and my husband can't be on the internet at the same time. You know, it don't make sense to me. You pay for internet, they keep raising your prices, but, you know, we can't get any better internet out here right now. Maybe someday. But I have Verizon as my carrier, who is awesome because I get service very good out here with Verizon. And my granddaughter uses my phone, and she's very happy. She doesn't give me any trouble. She doesn't have meltdowns hardly any at all anymore. So, I don't mind her using my phone. I don't have to be on my phone when she's here. I got my tablet I can get on and do anything I want to do because she's using my data on my phone. It doesn't interfere with me using what little bit of internet we got. I just don't record on my tablet much because I don't really have a setup in my room for a tablet. There's no easy way to put it in here to where it will pick up everything. So that's the reason I don't record on my tablet more. And then there again, slow internet, takes too long to upload once I edit. So just, it's easy not to. I do record on it occasionally. I know y'all have seen a few. And but not very often. But so it's like we got home a week from this last Friday. We were home Saturday and Sunday and Monday, which Sunday was Mother's Day. And then, like I said, we picked Hayden up. So I had Hayden for a week almost. And hadn't done any videos hardly. We took her home Friday morning and come back, and my husband helped me put together, which I thought I would be able to put my new coffee bar together by myself. Well, that didn't work out very well. I'm glad he was willing to help me because it was a lot more to it than what I thought. It ended up being a lot more detail and fancy looking than what I thought it was. It had glass shelves and glass doors and glass sides, and I was so afraid of breaking something that, and you know, things that I thought wasn't right was just fine. Wasn't nothing. It was just me. So I was glad he helped me. I had all kinds of things I want to tell you guys, but now that I'm actually doing a Wip N Chat, half of them has gone out of my mind. Go figure. Been talking to Stacy and diamond painting with her. It's always fun to get on the phone and spend time. You know, we can't be together all the time in person, but we can diamond paint together. Oh, you know, we talk, and if we don't feel like talking, we're there, you know. And Stacy doesn't talk much. She sits there and listens to me, and you know, after a while I run out of things to talk about, so I get quiet. And so usually we're on the phone until she's ready to lay down and take a nap, you know. So works out good. With my new blender, I made my breakfast smoothie. With my health issues, I do a lot of smoothies, especially in the morning. I don't know if I've done a video really talking about any of it or not, but I I was diagnosed, like most of us, diagnosed without the actual, by blood work, but not actually having a biopsy done or anything to know if if it really was true or not. So I kind of, okay, I was diagnosed celiac, okay? And I may not be pronouncing that correctly, but y'all know me. I don't pronounce things correctly anyway, so figure it out. I couldn't have any gluten, and I did pretty good being gluten-free for the most part. But if you are gluten-free and you hadn't always been gluten-free, you have cravings for certain foods. And I would get to where I would just start craving something so bad that I couldn't have, that I decided, you know, cheating once in a while would be okay. It really wasn't okay. After a while, I guess the gluten built up in my system pretty bad, and I was damaging myself without even realizing that I was making it worse. You know. So I started being sick. I would eat, and I would get so sick that I was just miserable. And then I'd get to where I didn't want to eat. And when I did eat, I would hurt. My stomach would hurt real bad. And so I was trying to be gluten-free again to see if that was the problem. And then I told my husband that I needed to do the biopsy, get the biopsy done, and just know once and for all if I was celiac or if there was something else going on in my system that I didn't know about. So I made an appointment with my doctor, my gastrologist, and he did the biopsy. He told me to eat gluten so that it would be in my system, because I guess in order to do a proper reading, you need to have gluten in your system. So I had already been eating a little bit of gluten, so I just started eating gluten. I was enjoying the things even though I got sick almost every time. I was living on Tums. I was eating some of the things that I really wanted, because I had a feeling that those tests were going to come back and tell me I definitely was celiac. And they did. They did the biopsy. So I have celiac disease, and all the damage that I did was not very good for me. So I can't cheat. It's not a good idea to cheat. So now I'm totally and completely gluten-free. No cheating at all. Well, Stacy has been gluten-free. I have to tell y'all this. Since I'm talking about gluten-free, Stacy's been gluten-free for a long time, for a number of years actually. And there for a while she cheated, but then she learned real quick not to do that, and she got years ago quit doing any kind of cheating. And once she found out that she was celiac, you know, it's like me. Someone had to tell her, the doctor. Well, once the doctor confirmed it, she didn't cheat anymore. But since she had her liver transplant last year, her doctor wanted her to start incorporating gluten back into her diet. Now, don't ask me why, because I have no idea. Well, she did, and she did pretty good for a long time, for 2 or 3 months, or 4, maybe even 6 months. But recently, her neuropathy got worse. Yeah, it affects your neuropathy. If you have an autoimmune disease, it can cause neuropathy to worsen. Her neuropathy was getting worse, and she hasn't been sleeping good. She has just been not feeling good at all. Her stomach's been messed up. And I think her stomach, when she gets it, it's not like a upset stomach. I think it's more having to run to the restroom a lot. Anyway, she started doing her gluten-free again because she thinks that it's the gluten. And she's actually been feeling a little better. So, you don't realize how much gluten will mess you up. But sometimes it does. But anyway, that's the healthy part of this. So we'll get off of that. I'm doing a big square. I take one color and I'm doing the whole section. Now, I wouldn't do that with a whole picture, but I was blocking it off and just doing a section, but I only had this much left, and I thought, how much fun would it be to do this whole thing across? So that's what I've been doing, and yeah, it's kind of neat. It's slower going because, you know, it takes a little bit to go all the way across, but that's okay. I'm in no hurry. I ain't going anywhere. Unless the Lord raptures me out, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just hanging out here. I tease my husband. I tell him, you know, I'll be with him until the Lord raptures me, because he can't get rid of me. So I'm loving my coffee bar. Best thing I ever got. I got everything in there, excuse me, y'all, to where I don't have to dig things out of the cabinet every time I want to use it. And it makes using it a lot easier. I still got to get my counter fixed up on the other side because I want to put my air fryer on my counter to where I can use it more often. So that's something I'm going to work on later today. So see how that goes. Anyway, I've got some new paintings to share with you guys. I got I don't know if I shared my friend mail. I think I did. But I know I didn't share the surprise I got from a friend. And I'll be sharing that. So look forward for that video coming up. I decided, just so everybody knows, I know I talked about it, I think. But my journal, I'm doing it as a friend journal. So I'm not completing it. Only when I get friend mail, I'm going to pick out certain things from my friend mail to put in it. And I'll share that when I'm doing it. So I thought that would be neat. And I got, like I said, Stacy gave me a painting. She was working on it, and it's rhinestones. And she said the rhinestones were bad. They were driving her crazy. Well, I've never worked with rhinestones, so I have no idea exactly what she's talking about. So I told her I'd bring it home and work on it. So she gave me that one to do. And then there's a painting that I purchased, the very first painting that we swapped in January. It was December or January. One or the other when we started our swaps. I believe it was January. The very first one that I got her, it's really pretty, but the symbols aren't very good reading. They're kind of blurred. And there again, she didn't have the patience to do it. And so I told her I'd bring it home and do it. You know, it might take a while, but I told her I'd work on it. So I got that painting to do too. So, and then I've got my other two diamond art paintings and diamond paintings that I've got from Amazon. I don't mind. I like building up my supply of paintings because it's always nice to have a choice. I don't have a ton. I just have, you know, maybe 10. Maybe not even that many. Actually, I have 11. I believe they're all from Amazon, and then I have the 2 from the Diamond Art Club. So, see, I don't have that many. Shoot, my craft room ain't big enough for very many. And so, another thing, I don't drink diet drinks anymore. Doctor said he doesn't want me using any kind of artificial sweeteners right now, so I have to be very careful with drinking soda. And I like my soda. Soda pop. Can't put the artificial sweeteners in my coffee like I did before. So I can't use the zero creamers. I have to get regular. A lot of changes. I'm adjusting. You know, change isn't always bad. Sometimes it's good. So we had an interesting trip. It was really nice. The weather was very cooperative. There was bad storms going across the areas that we traveled, and we seemed to just stay out of its way. So I was thankful for that. By the time it come across the areas we were traveling through, we were already through it. So it was behind us. And coming home, it seemed to be going across ahead of us. So that part was very blessed. Not to have, you know, be in the rain. I think we had one day that it rained while we were driving. But not horribly. It was just a wet, drizzly, nasty kind of rain. Just enough to aggravate you. So, I'm using a 3-placer. I don't use the real big ones like the 9, 10, 6s, all that. Stacy does, but I'm good with placing them 2, 3, and 4 at a time. And right now I'm using the 3 that came with this. So, You guys got any new paintings? Tell me who has started diamond painting since I started doing this. And tell me what you think about it. I find it's very relaxing. I can go off, and when I'm not doing a video, I can just sit here and diamond paint and listen to my music. And I can be content for hours. No joke. If I didn't have to quit and go to bed, or quit and cook, or, you know, or anything else, I probably could do this from the time I got up until I went to bed, with just a break in between. That's how relaxed I get. So, interesting thing happened. Again, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that about you may not remember, but if you think about it, you may have heard me talk about it in one of my videos, because I was so upset. A few years ago, I had a nice Android phone that I really loved, and I fell in the water. Well, actually, we were out walking the beach, the ocean beach, down in Florida, and the waves were really strong that day. Just really, really strong. And we stopped. There was some people that were from Michigan, we're from Michigan, and they were talking to us, and the waves were coming up on the beach a lot more than what, I guess, more than we realized, because we were standing there and we had our backs to the ocean, and all of a sudden this wave comes and takes me down completely. I mean, right down in. And I had my phone in my back pocket. Was that ever upsetting? Because I had a lot of pictures of my mom. A lot of things on there that didn't back up, you know, to Google. I had a recording of my mom, who I had just lost a few months earlier. And so it broke my heart. And since then, I've never before that had I ever had anything happen to one of my phones, and nothing since then. Well, until this past week. The phone that I'm recording on, which is the phone I use all the time for everything, and the one that Hayden plays with, I took my case off of it to record my coffee bar being put together. And I noticed on the back of it, it had all these little squiggly lines and everything. And I'm like, looking at it thinking, I don't remember that. So I got closer to it, and the back of my phone is shattered. I didn't even know the back of my phone was glass, let alone that it could shatter. You know, I always thought if a phone broke, usually it was the front of the phone. No. So, my son is in the process of seeing about getting me a different phone, or seeing, I think I have insurance on this one. If I do, I might be able to just replace this one with the same phone, which is fine with me, because I like it. So we'll see. He's supposed to let me know when he finds out. But that was crazy. I don't know if I broke it or Hayden broke it. She hasn't been rough with my phone, so I know it's not from that. But, and she dropped it once when she had it this past week, but it was on the front of the phone. And like I said, I figured if it broke, it would break the front, since that's where it landed. But the back of the phone is broke. So I haven't been able to figure that one out yet. I don't know if I broke it or she broke it. I have a habit of putting it in my back pocket. So I might have had it in my back pocket and it might have just snapped. I don't know. You know, crazy things happen. So I'm not upset about it, because it ain't nothing to get upset about. So anyway, I just thought that was weird. Have you ever had the back of your phones break like that? If you have, leave me a comment. I'm curious. So. It didn't rain the whole time we were in Florida that I can remember. Florida's one of them places where it can rain for a few minutes during the day and then it's done. And come to think of it, it did rain one afternoon, but it didn't rain that much. Let's see. I love it when I put a color up and then I see places that I didn't get. So, same with this. I'll put it up and then I'll find another one. It's all right. So probably if I go back to Florida this year, we'll probably fly. We talked about it, and that's probably the way we'll go next time. Let's get a couple tickets and just fly down. That's a long trip to drive. And staying in the hotels are expensive, and if you really get the inexpensive hotels, they're not very clean. I mean, even your better hotels nowadays, you know, they're so short-handed that they're just not that clean. So we talked about maybe flying when we go again. And I like flying. I don't have any problem with it. So I'm always ready. Ooh, got a different color in there. I know where you go. So we're going to try and go up north to Mackinac. It's beautiful. I haven't been up there since before my mom passed away. The last time I was up there, we went for a couple of days and ended up coming back early because Mom got real bad. And with her, with an infection she had in her foot, and they weren't taking care of it. So we came back and I got that took care of, and 2 weeks later Mom passed away because I think that if they would have took care of it the way it was supposed to have been took care of and should have been took care of, she might would have lived longer. I don't know. Do I wish her back? Yeah, but under different circumstances. I wouldn't want her back with this virus going around. So she's better with in heaven with Jesus. But anyway, enough of that one. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about happy stuff. But we're thinking about going to Mackinac, which will be fun. Since we haven't been there in a while, I'm sure there's been a lot of changes. And then we'll, if we get to go to Florida, maybe make a trip down there. And then maybe I'll get to go to Frankenmuth this year. I haven't been there in about 3 years. And I would love to go back to Shipshewana and get cheese for the holidays. So, got a lot of stuff planned if everything goes okay. We planted potatoes yesterday. Well, my husband planted potatoes yesterday. We went Saturday to the fruit exchange and picked them up. And he planted them. So I love it outside. And I wish that I could spend more time outside. But I can't take the bees and the wasp. If I had a screened-in room, I would probably live in it during this warmer weather. Because I really like, you know, the freshness, fresh air and stuff. But I can't do it. I don't know how I worked in the fields when I was a kid. I guess back then you just didn't pay attention to it. You had a job to do and you did it. It's the only thing I can think of. Mom probably would have spanked us if we hadn't worked. So, got a few of those switches used on me when I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So, usually you did what you were supposed to do. You played when you went home. And when you were in the field, you worked. So it was just the way it was. It took everybody, you know, working together to put food on the table. So I don't mind. I mean, it was the life that we had back then. It's the way it was. Kids have it easy nowadays. They have no idea. Even my own kids have no idea what it was like. I did take my kids out to the field a few times. And when I took them, I expected them to work. But I never was as harsh and as mean. They think I was. But I never was as like my mom, because my husband didn't depend on what, you know, I went to the field and made. That I did it more for experience, the kids to experience it than anything. So, wasn't all bad. Well, you guys, tell you the truth, I don't know what to talk about anymore. I think I done run out. When I get off of here, I'll probably remember all the stuff that I wanted to talk to y'all about. And if I do, we'll do another Wip N Chat. We'll be doing another one soon anyway. I'll come back and show you guys the painting when I get it finished. And I'll be doing unboxing soon. That may be the next video you see. I have a Dollar Tree haul that I did, and I have a grocery haul that I did. So those videos will be coming this week. And so, I'm going to get off of here. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check to see if you are subscribed. I'm hearing that YouTube is knocking people off sometimes. I don't know if that is totally true, but I do know that I have went to channels that I'm subscribed to and found that I was unsubscribed to their channels. So just check. If I don't answer your comment, it would be because I'm not seeing them. So check to make sure you don't have your privacy set to where I can't see them. Because I can't answer them if I don't see them. And if I don't answer a question, ask it again. I apologize. Sometimes I don't see them. They get by me. I try to answer every comment that I get, because I love talking to my people, my friends, because that's why I do my channel, is to make friends. So, going to be doing a giveaway coming up soon. Watch for that video to come out. I just got to get it put together first, because and then along with that is this is the last year that I'm going to have a P.O. box. I renewed it for one more year, so next May I will not renew it again. So if you want to send me something, email me for my home address and I'll give it to you. But I'm not real comfortable with putting my address underneath in the description. If you do that, if you put your address in your description of your videos and you haven't had any problems, maybe you could comment. Let me know what you think about that. I mean, my thought is if somebody wants to find me, they're going to find me. I mean, you know, Google's made it easy to track almost anybody if you got any information on them. So, let me know what you think about that. I don't know. I thought about even canceling it sooner, my P.O. box, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting the word out first and getting address to the people who want my address. I may even put it in the About section. Either way, let me know what you think about it. And I'm going to get off of here. Don't forget to smile when you meet somebody. Smiles are important. Most people will smile back. If you say hi, they'll say hi back. If they ignore you, then they're having a bad day and you just say a little prayer for them. Don't forget to pray for me and a little prayer, and I'll pray for y'all. And if you have a special request, put it in the description below. I mean, in the comments below. If you want me to share it, I will. And if not, you can email me your prayer request too if you want it private. And if you want it shared, I'll share it. So, that's all I got. Pray for my daughter. She's down in her back, and I'm praying that gets better. My daughter is Angie. It's Hayden's mother, and she's been down for a couple weeks now. And my sister, my oldest sister, has arthritis all through her body, and so she's been down in her back. So if y'all just keep them in prayer. And y'all want to hear something fun before I get off of here? And then I'm going to get off, I promise. Because I need to get on and do some other stuff today. My best friend, who I've been friends with for 51 years, and who is also the pastor's wife of the church I attend. And when I get to go, we got together Thursday and went out for breakfast at the restaurant where my husband and I go all the time. And when we went in and sat down, the gentleman that was sitting behind my friend, you know, he turned around and he said good morning, and we spoke back, and he said a couple other things which we you know, communicated about. I don't remember what it was. And we ordered our breakfast. He went out and got his backpack, came back in, sat down, and when he did, he looked at my shirt that I had on. I had on a t-shirt. It said Mom, and on one side it had dinosaur, and then the word of, and on the other side a crown. And then underneath that said both. So it's Mom of a boy and a girl. I needed an S because I got 2 girls. But mom of both, you know, boy and a girl. Never thought nothing about it, but he said, I like your t-shirt. So I said, thank you. You know, and I never even noticed when the guy got up and left the restaurant, because I was talking. And the owner, who also waits tables, she come over to refill my coffee cup, and she patted me on the shoulder, and she said, that gentleman that was sitting there paid for our breakfast. So we had a stranger pay for our breakfast. I thought that was awesome. I've never had that done to me before. I thought it was great, and I will be paying it forward when the opportunity comes. And I heard, you know, it was nice to know that people still do stuff like that. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. You never know when, you know, what's going to happen when you're out and about. I'm glad it was something good. So, anyway, catch you guys later. Bye.